All right, guys, I wanted to welcome you to our healthy weight loss challenge, 90-day challenge. This is an incredible program that provides a solution maybe you haven't thought about and heard about. And I wanted to share something with you guys I was thinking about today. I know a lot of people on this call are very have a positive mindset, have a faith background, and they really see things from just like stepping back from a different perspective, like when we look at life. And so, life is all about, mountains, peaks and valleys that we all go. And I truly believe that they are there to help us to grow to the next level, the next version of ourselves. And sometimes, though, as we're going about, we find ourselves on a cliff and we feel like we're alone and we're staring down at that great unknown and we're looking for the next ledge, the next reliable resource to grab hold of that can lift us up and into the next version of ourselves. In fact, I think honestly, the better version of ourselves. For me, that came the significant time I remember standing on a ledge was right around 49. And, Mary Lou and I have known each other for a very long time. And I was telling her about all these things that were going wrong with me. My shoulder needed, a surgery, and I didn't want to do that. I was starting to hit all the premenopause stuff with weight gain, brain fog. I was just an insomniac. And she said, you know what? I want to introduce you to a solution you haven't thought of. And at the time, I had just had some blood work done. And my results for the first time in my life, I had four areas that were of concern. My blood sugar was high, my blood pressure was high, my cholesterol was high, and my thyroid was off. And my doctor looked at me and she said, I think you might want to think about some medications. And the other thing I was going through at about that time of life was my youngest kid just left for college. So all of a sudden, I'm an empty nester. And then the other thing is I was looking at what would be the next shift of life from priorities that I'd had, with the last 10 years to maybe some things I really wanted to shift to in my 50s. And so I had a bunch of things going on, health, life, career shifts, and some of those things I couldn't control. But I did have a choice, right? I could continue in what started to feel like a downward, very kind of limiting, am I going downward in life? Or I could make a choice to choose to grab hold of some solutions. And Mary Lou introduced me to this one. And I to take some suggestions that could take me in another direction, actually a far better upward direction. And so where I stood at that time when I was introduced to this, I never realized at the time that it could actually change everything in my life better than I could have ever hoped for. So I chose to take control of when my doctor said meds are a solution or surgery is your only solution. For me, I really wanted a holistic one. And so I said, no, thank you. And instead, I made a decision to change my life and to take control of my health, to take control of my life, and to take control of my choices. And so can you. And what would I tell myself if I look back, this was 5 years ago, to that version of myself that was sitting on that ledge? I would say, jump. So if you're here for the first time and you're thinking, I don't know about this whole thing, if it's for me, I want to tell you when it was first introduced to me, I wasn't so sure either. And I am so ecstatically happy that I made a decision to be open-minded about it. And because of it, a year later, all my blood work normalized. I lost 15 pounds and the brain fog lifted, my sleep improved. Who would have known? Just to be open-minded and to say yes and to make a decision to reach up and grab hold of something that could lift me to the next level. So before we get going about the presentation on what this is, I want us each week to have a little share time here. I want it to be really quick. And so if you guys, those of you that feel like sharing, just raise your hand. And all I want you to do is share just one really quick positive thing that is happening when you're using these patches. It could be something big or simple, like here's mine. I caught this cold on Friday. So for 5 days now, I have not gone to the gym. I have not walked around. I really just kind of sat around and had like, juice and soup and tea. And I'll tell you, I lost 2 pounds. So for me, that's pretty exciting. And not only did I lose weight, not doing anything other than patching consistently these last few days, but I also had a boost for my immunity. I feel like I turned right around quickly on the trajectory I was. So does someone else want to share maybe one thing that, oh, Stan, go ahead. What's something you
So,
noticed?
yeah, today, unfortunately, I got stung by a bee on my hand, and I'm
Oh,
allergic, so it's a
me
bigger
too.
deal for me than most people. And I don't have to carry an epi stick, but I still need to go to the doctor right away. So I made an appointment, went to the doctor, and typically with me, and the doctor said this because I'm allergic, every time you get stung, it gets exponentially worse, the reaction.
Mhm.
Because the last time I got stung several years ago, I waited 2 days and a small welt in my arm grew like 4 times its size before I got into the doctor. So I went right away today. So I wear an Eon patch on my hand. You probably can't see it right there on my hand. And it's on this hand that I got stung. And right after I got stung, it was like 2 minutes of a lot of throbbing. But after 2 minutes, it was completely gone. And so by the time I got to the doctor 45 minutes later, there was really nothing. And she put me on some meds, to make sure the reaction stayed was where it was. But go back to several years before the patches, and I've been on patches, as you know, for a few years. I would have been in some pretty bad pain for 2 or 3 days at least.
Wow.
And now I'm sitting here and my finger's fine. There's nothing wrong with it at all. So just amazing how
That's all.
quickly my body got over that sting today.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a great testimonial. There's all kinds of things that happen with these patches, and inflammation and your body speeding up its healing is one of them. That's awesome, Stan. Anyone else have a quick share, something positive, something they noticed? It could be around weight loss, or it might be just something else you've noticed. Mary Lou, go ahead.
Well, I know last week I said I lost, I think I've been doing this for 3 weeks now. And so I made had a little jump start on than other people that might have just started last week on the weight loss part. And of course, I have amazing testimonies on the other stuff, but on the weight loss part, I lost about 6 pounds within like last week I said that, but this week I lost another 2 pounds already since I talked on what last Tuesday. I lost like 2 more pounds. So this stuff is working, you guys, because I remember I had trouble getting past that one point on the scale. I could not get past this one number really for years. It's crazy. And now I had, as Tammy said, she had a rough week at like being in bed and getting sick. Well, I had crazy stuff going on too. So I didn't get to do any of my walking. I did my little vibroplate. That's the other thing I did, but I consistently do anyways. But I haven't changed anything else. I actually haven't walked as much as I usually walk or worked out at all. So that was pretty cool. So I just thought I'd give that little tidbit.
Wow, that's awesome. Awesome.
Mhm.
Anybody else notice something really quick happening, something positive? Could be little. Go ahead, Sincera.
I mean, oh, there you
So
go.
thank you. So I haven't even been wearing the patches consistently. I just got mine.
Yeah.
But the 2 days that I did back in April, I had a surgery, and they, uh, who was the person who was administering putting the IV in my vein, really
Yeah.
just did a number in my vein. And so it
Mm.
has not been the same since then. And so it's not completely healed, but severely less pain than I have been in these last couple of months. So it's pretty amazing.
Wow.
Wow, that's awesome. That's a great little share. That's awesome. Anyone else have anything that they've noticed in the last week or 2 weeks, or maybe, some of us,
So,
it doesn't matter whenever you join us, just so you know, we're so glad whenever you join us, just start with, whenever you get your patches, start with day one and start going. And so we'll all kind of be a little bit off in terms of this journey that we're doing over the next 90 days. But whenever you start, you're ahead of the next person. So just so be proud of the things that are happening for you, because each person has a unique experiencing happening for them. Go ahead, Brenda. What did you notice?
so I've noticed my belly's not hard, it's jiggly. I don't
Mhm.
know how I feel about that, but it's a change. So
Yeah,
I'm looking that as a positive thing.
yeah,
I don't own scales, but I got on the scales in Publix the other day for what that's worth, and it was probably about 6 or 7 pounds less than what I probably guessing I was before. I'm on
that's
day 15. Today's day 15 for me. But I've been
that's
taking pictures of my belly with the patches on it,
yep,
not
yep,
every day, but most days, as like a documentation
yep,
of
yep.
the fat. And I've always been skinny all my life, so I'm not a good dieter at all, because I was olive oil and toothpick and stick your tongue out. You'll be a zipper. Because I've always been skinny until I hit 40. And at 40, everything changed. And at 60, yeah, well, we're not even going to talk about it, but I'm
So isn't
excited.
that awesome? Isn't that
I'm
great?
excited.
I love that you share that because no matter what age you are, like I'm in my 50s, someone in their 60s, 70s, someone in their 30s, it doesn't matter where you are in your health journey and what your goals are. For some people, it might be a few pounds and strengthening their muscles and improving just the way they feel each day. For others, it may be really, more significant, weight concern or health concern. Whatever your goal is, we talked about last week, go ahead and put your, we'd said to everybody, put your goal, write it down somewhere. That's what you need to focus on. And hopefully these will bring you some encouragement. So Anessa, what have you noticed?
Like Mary Lou, I may have started a little early. July 17th was my start date.
Awesome.
And I actually weighed this morning and I am down 7 pounds.
Wow. That is
Yay!
awesome.
That's great.
People don't realize, when you're over like 40, like losing a pound a week or two is like
It's
huge,
true.
huge. And then keeping it off and continuing to lose versus
Yeah.
just the yo-yo, like daily. Awesome.
Great
Awesome.
job, Anissa.
That's
Thank
great.
you.
Anybody else notice anything? How you're feeling during the day or how you're sleeping? Any other things? Go ahead, Jill.
Yeah, I just started 3 days ago because we were on vacation. So, but over those 3 days, I already lost like 1.5 pounds. So I'm really excited. And, with the cellular am I saying that right? With the cellular I just feel like I don't have that lull in the afternoon. So it's like
Yeah.
helping me like just, my appetite, lower. And it's just, actually, I use it like as a treat, like later in the morning, like, oh gosh, I could have my little drink. So.
Oh, that's good. And he's referring to a supplement that you put in water and it adds all the essential minerals that your body needs. So it works in combination with the patches. It's just another way to, feed your cells what they need. And then the patches will help your, energize your cells. So they kind of work complementary. That's awesome. Anybody else want to share something? It's up to you if you guys do. Otherwise, we'll skedaddle along. Well, those are pretty good things. Oh, go ahead, Sandy. Did you want to say something?
Yeah, I've been on it 12 days and I've noticed a lot more energy. I swim a mile, I take
Wow.
spinning,
Wow.
I do yoga, and I don't have
Wow.
any like where I'm really tired or anything, but I just feel so good. I haven't lost as much weight as I want to yet, a couple of pounds, but that'll come. And I have my daughter on it too, so that's exciting. I'm really excited about that.
Isn't it so fun to take our family on things with us? So
It
that's
is.
awesome.
It
Wow.
is. So
Thank
thank
you.
you. It's awesome.
Thank you so much, Sandy. That's great. I love that improvement of energy. Some people it's weight loss. Some people it's a reduction in pain. For Stan, he had an issue that cropped up. And what do you know? It just diverted to go work on that issue, which is amazing. And we're going to talk about why that is. So I appreciate your guys sharing. That was absolutely awesome. Every week, I want us to have just some quick, wins that we can celebrate together, that we're seeing how this is working for each one of us. So now I'm going to go on. Mary Lou, you can keep letting people in. And
Okay.
probably you want to mute everybody but me for a hot second, except for make sure you tell me that my screen's up.
Okay.
Hold on. Dee-dee.
It's on.
All right, good. Let me just put it in slideshow mode. Dee-dee. All right. Well, I want to introduce you guys to this amazing new way of looking at addressing weight loss. And what's so powerful about it is you've heard so many other things and you might have thought to yourself, some of those things might work, diet, exercise, some of the different things you might have tried, but you might have always found you were a little bit on a hamster wheel, that you didn't always get the sustained results that you were looking for. And as we age, we certainly are looking back at our youth, wondering, do we just need to say goodbye to that? Or can we actually reclaim that and have a better, stronger version of ourselves? And what I'm so excited to tell you about this system, you can have the latter, a stronger, more youthful, better version of yourself, and not only achieve your weight loss goals, but so much more. Some things to remember about what we're going to be talking about that's unique to this program is it's 100% natural. That's why we call it the healthy weight loss. There are no drugs, no chemicals, no injections. There's no surgeries, no negative side effects, and it's budget friendly. So the things that most people find frustrating with other programs are not even part of this one. It's a program that utilizes cutting edge technology that works with your body's own fat burning and healing process. And so not only do you get results, but you can get sustainable results. And what we're seeking to do is to reawaken on a cellular level your body to help rebuild it, just like when you were younger. And then radiate means help you have a sustained going in the direction you want. So let's talk a little more about this journey. First thing is that 73% of people feel frustration in weight loss. It's not just you, because it's really not about willpower. It's about mitochondrial energy. If you felt like you've done everything that you could do and you're still not getting the results you want, it's not your fault. There's something missing. The energy centers within your cells, your mitochondria, control so much more than fat loss. They actually support all of your body's healthy systems and balance. And when we're young, we have lots of energy in our cells, and so everything just fires perfectly. But as we age, those things decline, as many of us run into the frustration that we just can't rebound like we're youthful, and we think we have to let go of that. What's so different about this approach is it's something that others haven't discovered. What's missing and backed up by lots of clinical studies and confirm that actually energy, cellular energy, is the component that is missing and that we provide a solution for. See, the real problem is the energy factories within your cells, they get stuck in reverse. Actually, instead of fat burn, they go to fat store. Instead of supporting your body to have youthful energy and for you to have a healthy appetite, but your body using everything efficiently, instead it slows down to power save mode. Those of you guys that have a cell phone, you know what this is like. Your phone goes into power save mode and you can't see the screen, and you know you're going to have to plug it in and charge it for it to work effectively. You're going to need to be patient in that process. It doesn't charge up 100% as soon as you plug it in. And that's very similar to the process that we're going to go on. Think of it for you guys that love your cars. Think of it like a battery to your car. You could have a beautiful sports car and it could be shiny and bright and detailed and full of gas. But if you have a dead battery, your car is going nowhere. And that is the same problem when it comes to our bodies. Our cells, if they don't have energy, your body is not going to function the way you want. Do you know that mitochondrial energy is the key to weight loss and so much more? It's the key to bone density and muscle development and healthy brain function. It's the key to avoiding the 5 big killers in life and hormone balance and so many things. So charging up our cellular battery is what this program is all about, and it does it in a powerful and unique way. Let's learn about it from the company that we're partnering with, a whole new way of thinking about charging up your cells and providing a healthy weight loss solution.
Improved movement, recovery, and overall health and well-being. You are a powerhouse of growth, of new experiences. You just don't know it yet. Let's change that, shall we? With innovation at our core, we've reimagined what's possible. Harnessing the body's natural energy flow with light. Backed by clinical research, X39 stimulates the skin with low levels of light to elevate a key peptide linked to renovating and rejuvenating the body. This life technology supports improved movement, recovery, and overall health and well-being. You are Generation Awesome. Shifting paradigms and creating new ones. We always knew you had it in you. Now it's time to prove it to yourself. Your adventures are only beginning. Discover the power and simplicity of doing more with X39. Be the light. LifeWave.
So if you haven't heard of it, the company that we're partnering with in this incredible healthy weight loss journey is called LifeWave. And they've created a technology that you might not have heard of, but the company's been around for 20 years. They are the leading company in age reversing technology. It's a wearable patch solution. It is backed up by patents. There's actually over 200 patents now. And you know, patents, they don't just hand out. They have to be backed up by clinical studies that prove what the patents say the benefits are of this technology. And what's so amazing about this technology and why we partner with them is it's a simple wearable technology. You put it on your body. It looks like a patch, like a Band-Aid. It's non-transdermal. Nothing goes into your body. And it simply reflects your body's light back into your body, and it causes different peptides to elevate, stem cells to activate, and it charges up your cells and speeds up your mitochondrial energy that supports your body in an entirely different way. What's so amazing about it is it's inexpensive. Like so many other solutions that are out there, they're very invasive, they have harmful side effects, and of course they come with a cost and no guarantees. What's amazing about this solution is it's affordable, it's non-invasive, there's no side effects that are harmful. In fact, there's beneficial ones, and it finally addresses the root cause of what your issue is. It targets cellular energy factors in our body. And if you didn't think that this was a way in which you could elevate and activate the mitochondrial energy in your body, think about our body is a bioelectrical, whether you knew it or not. When we go outside in the sun, our body knows how to take those wavelengths of light and turn it into vitamin D that's useful for many things within our body. Well, this technology taps into the fact that it knows our body's healing system and our metabolism and our metabolic system, and all of our systems actually work by communicating with light and energy. And like I said, they just slow down to power mode as we age. Well, we are delighted to introduce you to a technology that powers it back up, speeds up your mitochondrial energy, and addresses the real issues that can give you now a real solution. So let's talk about some of the specific benefits of when you energize your cells as it relates to weight loss. First of all, that when you do this, when you add energy to your mitochondrial, it helps to break down fat cells. You might not have known that, but when your energy is reactivated, it causes fat cells to shrink naturally. Brenda had shared how she's feeling her stomach getting, mushier, as she says. Fat is very kind of thick and globby, but actually this is showing that as it breaks down, it actually starts to shrink those cells, and then your body can clear it. Another thing that happens when you add energy to your mitochondrial energy is that it enhances circulation. This is super important. With better blood flow, there's a better delivery of nutrients, and it also helps to remove waste. So if our cells are getting better nutrients moving around, you need to eat less because you're getting your cells and your systems are being supported by the nutrition that you're putting in it. And of course, it also naturally will help control your appetite. That's what happens when you add energy to your cells. It reduces cravings and it promotes a natural sense of fullness. Another thing that adding energy to your cells does is it accelerates energy metabolism. That means that it helps convert your stored fat into usable energy, which is what we all want. Detoxification. Another thing that adding energy to your cells does is it supports your healthy liver function and detoxification of things out of your system that are not in your best interest. All of this without painful injections or synthetic drugs. So let's look at our 3-month journey. Why is it a 90-day journey, and why is it so important? It's a strategic one that slowly takes you from where your body is in power save mode back to where your body is back firing and burning, and your metabolism is starting to function like when you were younger, like when you were 20. So in phase 1, there's this important wake up phase. We call it wake up, but think of it like shocking a car. It's really going in and flipping the switch back on your cells. charging up your cells with energy. And we do this with a specific set of patches that combine together to really support this waking up our cells from an energy perspective and shifting our body into a weight loss mode. And so it's the X39 that helps with cellular regeneration, metabolism boosting, and fat burn. The SB6 helps to reduce sugar in our bloodstream, sugar cravings. It also helps to reduce your appetite, supporting your endocrine system. Eon, it helps take out inflammation, reduce stress, improve your mood, but really it's balancing your cortisone. And that's why it helps to balance your hormones. And it certainly helps in the weight loss process is controlling your cortisone, of course. But the side benefit, as Stan noticed, was because it takes out inflammation. When he experienced an incident where he had pain, it was instantly able to reduce that and to respond to that. Glutathione, it helps with the detoxification and healthy weight loss, as well as it's really good for your joints and for your skin. Those are just benefits. So in the first month, people, that's why we use this wake up phase. In the second month, we switch to adding we continue with those main essential patches, but we add X49 in because X49, it supports another peptide, and this peptide really focuses on building lean muscle mass. So as your body starts to shake up that fat, like Brenda's talking about, you want to rebuild and resculpt it with muscle and replace it with muscle. That's what X49 is about supporting the reduction of fat, but switching that into building muscle. Of course, you certainly want to support that with some healthy exercise and movement, but that's what the second month is about, rebuilding the systems that have been depleted over the years. Excuse me. And the last month is about really energizing your body, adding the energy patches so that we can burn an extra 300 to 500 calories a day using this technology. And the complete system really shifts your body over a 90-day period into fat burn mode. So this is why we get real results and real testimonials of people that have been using this technology. The first gentleman in this picture, Stephen, he over a year lost 100 pounds and he's kept it off for the last 2 years. That's sustainable results. And he's in his 80s. And so you'd think it might be hard to lose weight in your 50s, 60s, 70s. How about in your 80s? He was put on 8 different heart medications and 5 blood pressure medicines. Would you know, as the weight loss came off in his first 6 months, he was able to get off all of his medications. That's a pretty amazing healthy side effect of this technology. And the rest of the people there, their experiences, as they say, their energy came back. They felt years younger, no more afternoon crashes, digestion improving, sleep improving, finally finding something that works. That is pretty amazing testimonials from these people. So, how do you get started with this program? All you need to do is get back to the person that invited you and tell them you want to get going. They will get you set up with we've broken this down into 3 months of 3 phases, but also you can order and track with us in 3 easy payments. And so get back with the person. They'll help you get your first month patches so you can join us. It takes about 3 to 5 days to get your patches. And then in the meantime, you can join our private Facebook group where you get to hear people sharing their success stories. You get to introduce yourself. You get to take advantage of a lot of things we have to free download, nutrition and exercise guide, as well as, we'll be having little prizes and things that we drop in there. And there's a daily reminder of the patch that you should wear and where you should place it within your body. The other thing you get in as added value to not only wholesale pricing on the technology and our weekly Zooms to support you and to share and celebrate, our private Facebook group and personal trackers so you can track what's working for you. Excuse me. Yeah. So the brilliance of this process, though, is it's really about transforming your energy so you can transform your life. It's not about a quick fix. It is about a positive, permanent solution. Excuse me, guys. And there's another bonus that you guys get, that when you take advantage of placing your first order, you also have the ability to to partner into our referral program. That means when you invite someone to a call like this or introduce them to this program and help them get signed up, the company will send you a thank you check. And you can use that towards helping reduce the price of your participation in this program. So one thing I wanted to tell you guys is this is a simple, powerful solution that addresses weight loss, but really so much more. And so it's your turn to choose. Do you want to jump in and commit to these 90 days? Or do you want to wonder what would have happened if you did? Mary Lou, I wanted to turn it over to you now so we could have a little Q&A to help answer anyone's questions.